Working on your motorcycle when it's on its side stand is fine, but getting it upright and off the ground, that is a game changer. Motorcycle stands make it easier to lube your chain and change your oil and do all kinds of maintenance, so they're a great addition to any garage. But what kind of stand should you buy? And more importantly, how do you use it? Let's open up the shop manual and find out. Love the shop manual? Carry it with you wherever you go with this custom TSM engraved Cryo 2 pocket knife. Kershaw is offering a limited number of these knives, so snag yours now at kershawknives.com and get 20% off your order with discount code 20TSM. If you're trying to get one or both of your motorcycle's wheels off the ground, you could get creative with a ladder and ratchet straps, or you could use the right equipment, namely a set of stands. Motorcycle stands come in front and rear configurations. Rear stands are designed to lift the back tire off the ground and support the bike all on their own. Front stands, however, aren't super stable by themselves, so they're only meant to be used in conjunction with a rear setup. So if you're aiming to get the front wheel of your motorcycle off the ground, know that you'll need both pieces. For regular maintenance and storage purposes though, all you really need is a rear stand. And for the most part, they're universal and adjust to fit different width swing arms. Still, you'll want to consider your bike's lift points. Are there swing arm spools in place or threaded bungs so you can add spools? If so, a stand with hooks is the way to go. No option for spools? A stand with platforms or pegs is what you're going to need. Better yet, get one that's got reversible mounts, so you're ready to lift any bike that rolls into your garage. If you're after a front stand as well, know that they come in two flavors. There are fork stands and then what's called frame stands. The fork stand is the most common and supports the bike using pins or cradles under the bottom of the fork legs. A frame stand lifts the bike using a pin that slips into the opening at the bottom of the triple clamp, so you can not only remove the front wheel, but the fork as well. When it comes to buying stands, as with most things, you get what you pay for. There are cheap $60 stands out there, but they're going to flex and wobble, which isn't what I want with my bike. Brands like Pitbull and Woodcraft are pricier, but they are sturdy, they're built to last, and they come with features that you just won't find on cheaper options. Now, if you're hesitant to drop $300 or $400 on a set of stands, consider this. Most shops will charge half as much to change tires if you bring them just the wheels. Plus, they can often knock that tire change out while you wait. So by having your own stand, you're going to get a discount on tire changes, which will help offset and eventually cover the cost of those stands. And they're just super convenient to have around. And if you buy quality stuff, they will literally last you a lifetime. Okay, now that you've got a rear stand, it is time to learn how to use it. Start by facing the rear of the motorcycle and take the rear stand in your dominant hand. Grab the bike's tail section or the strap for the passenger seat and brace the motorcycle against your hip and bring it upright. Then you move the stand into position, either on the spools or against the swing arm, making sure that it's touching both sides. And once you've applied some pressure to the handle, the stand is what's balancing the bike. And at this point, all you've got to do is pivot it down and under the motorcycle, and it's up. It can be a little nerve-wracking to do the first couple of times, but you will get used to it. When it comes to lifting the front of the bike with a front stand, since the bike is already on a rear stand and stable, there is no balancing required. You just have to position the stand under the fork bottoms and then press down on the handle. For frame style stands, you have to position the pin in the bottom of the triple clamp, which may mean maneuvering around brake hoses or perhaps even removing a rubber weather plug. Once you've completed whatever work it is you're going to do to your motorcycle and it's time to take it off of the stands, the front is pretty straightforward. It's literally just the reverse of installing it. For the rear, however, you're going to want to make sure that the bike's side stand is deployed and that you lean the motorcycle left as you bring it down. A few tips. If your bike will take spools, install them. Using a hook type stand is preferable since spools positively locate the stand on the swing arm, which makes the stand easier to use and quite a bit more stable. For platform or cradle rear stands, aim to position the supports just ahead of the axle or wherever the swing arm is flattest. When it comes to front stands, the style that go under the fork bottoms are easier to use, but I feel like they're not quite as stable and leave more room for operator error. Frame stands are trickier to install and you do need the right size pin to fit your triple clamp, but once the bike is on them, they are very secure and you've got the option to remove your forks. Whatever style stand you choose and whether you opt to go with just a rear stand or a front and rear set, they are sure to make working on your motorcycle a lot easier. And if you need to remove a shock or your triple clamp or some other component that motorcycle stands typically use as a lift point, well, then maybe a ladder and ratchet straps is the right equipment.